advice to a current middle schooler would probably be to kind of really take this time to explore your interests, because I think that in the environments that you're coming up to, they're going to be a lot more structured. There are going to be a lot more requirements that you may or may not be interested in. So I think that being in a Montessori educational environment in middle school gives you kind of a unique opportunity to be able to, for example, do things like Jan term that really interest you. And I know that some of the stuff that I found interest in Montessori, carried through all the way to my academic and professional career later down the line, because I found something that I was passionate about. And that seems to be a problem, or it seems to be a problem for a lot of my peers at high school, was finding something that they were really passionate about. I'm not saying like, oh, you have to pick your career now or something. I'm just saying that it's a really good time to explore what you're interested in.
Yeah, looking back.
Definitely do is tell them to actually pay attention, because like, there's parts of everything you zone out on or you forget, but if you forget about it, it kind of really comes back to bite you. And one of the things I would tell them definitely to pay attention to is speeches. I mean, like, here we are, we're up here, and speeches is a big part of this. So it's also the preparation you have to do for that. But it's also not just about speeches, it's about actually being able to mingle between everybody else in the room, because everyone else is very different. And what's nice about Montessori is when you get to know everybody, you get to know really how diverse everybody is. So by taking that knowledge and like really like understanding that everybody is different, and going to a larger school setting where you're going to have more diverse people who you're not going to know so well, is very important to also like learn and make sure like you're not going to be offending the person, or making sure like you're not going to do something that's like not necessarily the best for you or the other child.
Maybe I didn't appreciate all the experiences that we went through during the Montessori middle school process, but I certainly wouldn't change it. I mean that honestly. I mean, my alternatives going to West Middle or East Middle School, public school standpoint, I don't see any situation where that would have been beneficial to me. The experience that I had in Montessori Middle was invaluable for, again, academically, socially, everything. Like Kelly said, you know, we are not only still very close this day, but we're very close. Actually, I'm going to be the best man in my buddy Alex's wedding, who's coming up this summer, and he made a decision to transition to McDonough at the time of middle school. And I think he regrets that decision. I think maybe that's proven out by the idea that I'm going to be the best man in his wedding still. And not because McDonough's not a great school, but that was a particularly challenging transition. I don't think academically he got much benefit from that. At least we ended up at the same college, so hopefully. So anyway, you know, we were still close, very close to the people that made that transition and that didn't make that transition. We stayed a tight-knit family. Academically, I felt like I was more prepared being in the Montessori middle school environment.
I think one of the things that I would tell them as far as academics go is definitely pay attention. That'll put you leaps and bounds beyond most people that I've met in my high school experience. But I think one of the things that they can take away more socially and mentally is, again, I already hammered this home, but find your people, get involved early and often, because that makes life so much easier. I don't know if that's just like, because I just had a sudden realization about this like a month ago, but you gotta like, surrounding yourself with good people is one of the most important life skills I have taken away from my short 15 years on this planet. And I hope that they can take that away too. So find your people, find them early. That's my biggest piece of advice.
But also now sitting here as an alum and as a parent, the teachers, because I think that's why my son goes here now. And so that's that's not the only reason, but that's the number one reason that my son goes here now, is because of the teachers and the staff at Montessori.